Hello there, and thank you for finding me here at my YouTube channel, Benidorm and Beyond. I would like to give you all a very warm welcome to my original and long-standing series of vlogs entitled Benidorm Breakfast, the 10-Stop Tostada Tour, which gives you a whirlwind excursion around 10 coffee shops, bars or bakeries that I've tried in the last month for my favourite Spanish brekkie of coffee served with tostada con tomate. Although I've lived here in the resort of Benidorm for over 20 years, there is still always somewhere new to discover, to eat and drink. And with this vlog, I aim to give a genuine feel for each venue and an honest review, along with the price I paid and a short look around the premises. So, my very favourite way to start the day when I can is with a piping hot white coffee or café con leche. And if, like me, you like your coffee super hot, don't forget to ask for it muy caliente, as the Spanish aren't always overly bothered if their coffee choice is served tepid, and in fact it is often actually requested this way. I then like to accompany my drink with a tostada con tomate, which is considered typical of this region, and although some people argue that it actually originated in Catalonia, it is eaten in the mornings all over Spain. The usual way it is served is as half a toasted baguette topped with freshly grated tomato, extra virgin olive oil and sea salt. But as you will see, there are many variations on presentation, style and substance. The tostada can also be topped with additional ingredients as well as the tomato, such as cheese, jamón serrano or even avocado in some of the trendier places. So there is always a way to ring the changes and get yourself a new taste sensation. The scrummy combination of both coffee and top toasted bread always sets me up for the day ahead, and is very often advertised at a special offer price in the local Spanish cafes. It is normally served right up until midday or even just after, so why not join me on this mouth-watering tour and check out this month's top spots. So let's get started. Our first stop is the Hoxton low-cost bar, situated on Avenida Zamora in the Rincon de Loix area. It is directly opposite the Luxmar Holiday apartment block, which one of my subscribers is particularly fond of, and is also overlooked from behind by the 4-star Hotel Meliá. With a large open terrace, which is a fantastic sun trap, there is also a shaded interior space for those who prefer not to sit directly in the sun. The friendly owner is French and quite a character. And while he did manage to make a joke about English football, sadly he couldn't get his Spanish Wi-Fi up and running, but he promises he is working on it. My small cup of coffee was fine, although unexceptional, and my tostada was thin and crispy, a bit like a panini. The tomato on top was delicious with the consistency of a paste and had no pips in it. And a good quality bottle of olive oil was placed on the table for me to drizzle on myself, along with a salt cellar. The bar lives up to its name, low cost, with bottles of Amstel or Cruz Campo selling at only €1 and a pint of draft lager available for just €1.40. I found this quiet sunny spot a perfect place to enjoy a chilled out breakfast, and at €2.20 for the combo of coffee and baguette, it was pretty much a bargain too. Our second stop takes us to the Old Town and to La Cruz Café, bang in the middle of Plaza de la Cruz and just at the start of the walking street. This popular cafe opens from 7 AM daily and is a firm favourite with locals and holidaymakers alike due to its fast service, tasty food and great location. With a large outside terrace where you can endlessly people watch, set up with white tables and smart grey chairs, they also offer a sizable inside space which is airy and bright and decorated in a modern, tasteful manner. Free Wi-Fi is offered and there is a whole variety of pastries and savoury snacks to tempt you, many of which are on display in the glass-fronted cabinets that face the street. With croissant and tostada deals on offer, I of course chose my usual, and my tostada was crispy and fresh and a very good size. Served with a glass dish of tomato which was just enough to cover my toasted bread, and an individual serving of olive oil and salt, it was very tasty. And my coffee was a decent size too, and nice and hot as I had requested. With the delicious duo coming to €3 in total, I would definitely visit again. If you'd like to support my channel and future vlogs by making a small donation, you can now buy me a coffee. Just click on the down arrow next to the vlog title, which brings you to the description of this video. Then follow the link provided at the bottom. Thank you so much. Cheers! Our third stop takes us further into the heart of the Old Town, and here we find Gastro Bar Corrafon along Carrer del Mercat. Directly opposite the large indoor municipal market, which sells everything from fresh bread and flowers to meat, fruit and vegetables, it is on the same road as the original Vincent's Corner pub, which can be found at the end of the street. Whilst there is a small handful of tables and chairs inside, the majority of the seating is outside on the pavement, where you can enjoy a variety of breakfast offers as well as burgers, pizzas, baguettes and tapas, although you can't check on your emails from back home as there is no Wi-Fi. A lovely spot to sit in the sunshine and enjoy the Old Town hubbub, my tostada was a good size and lightly toasted to give it a nice crunch, and served with a quality individual serving of olive oil shaped like a bottle, a glass dish of tomato pulp ready to add to my liking, and a salt cellar on the table. My coffee was strong and delicious, and the yummy pairing came to just €2.50, so a very acceptable price. However, whilst I would recommend this small cafe bar, do be aware that the toilets are up some very steep stairs inside, so absolutely not suitable for those with limited or reduced mobility. Our fourth stop takes us along to the Poniente side of Benidorm and Raffles Bar, which can be found along Avenida de la Armada Española. Overlooking the beautiful Paseo de Poniente promenade and onwards to the beach, you are spoilt for choice with beautiful views all around you whilst you enjoy your breakfast. The service here was extremely friendly, and the small interior was crammed with interesting wall decorations, although not set up for patrons to use on the particular day I filmed. Having said that, I was more than happy to sit outside and enjoy the scenery and marvel at their huge selection of smoothies, which included such exotic titles as Mango Dream, Carrot Boost and Coconut Crush. Although a full cooked English breakfast was available, of course I opted for my customary tostada, which came as a beautiful thick toasted baguette, liberally topped with juicy tomato and with oil and salt portions served separately. As with most establishments, you could also enjoy a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice with your brekkie for a small supplement, but I don't actually like it very much personally, so always refrain. My coffee was hot and delicious and came with a biscuit too, which is always a bonus in my opinion. The scrumptious combination came to a total of €2.70, and with those views, free Wi-Fi and such great service, I would absolutely recommend this delightful little bar. Our fifth stop brings us into the new town area of Benidorm and along Avenida Madrid, or the beachfront. Here we find Cafeteria Los Hemelos, who have been serving in this location for many years and are open daily from 9 a.m. Specialising in paellas, they also have a full breakfast menu as well as many main meals, along with ice cream, sundaes and jugs of sangria, so something to suit every taste and budget. Their inside setup is rather traditional, with tables neatly laid out for lunchtime dining and stools at the bar for those just popping in for a quick beer or coffee. Their large outside terrace, which has a retractable ceiling, is smart and modern with plenty of room between the tables, which I don't always find to be the case. My lovely hot coffee was served with separate milk, and my tostada was of the rustic variety and only toasted on one side, making it less crunchy, which was actually rather nice. It was a bit dark around the edges, and in fact on the top too, so I fear a couple of burnt bits may have made their way into the tomato topping, which was already spread onto my baguette for me. Quality olive oil and salt was already on the table in its holder, and I was given the free Wi-Fi code without a problem. As you can see, on the day I filmed, there was a large stag party in, and they were enjoying coffee and brandies along with their brekkies. And although they caused a few people to look over in curiosity, they were well behaved and well treated by the staff too, which is always nice to see. With modern toilets inside and that gorgeous sea view, I was more than happy to pay the €2.80 for my tasty twosome, and actually found this lovely bar cum restaurant to be considerably better priced than some businesses along Benidorm's beachfront are. Our sixth stop is back in the Old Town again, and halfway down Calle Alameda, otherwise known as Gin and Tonic Alley to those in the know. Here we find a relatively new cafe called Bonbon Ice, which was previously a Chinese shop and has now been refitted out as this small bar. Having the benefit of being brand new, the premises were clean and contemporary, and you can choose to sit outside on the pedestrianised street and watch the world go by, or head inside as I chose to do. There is a small bakery section with cakes on display facing the street, as well as a good variety of ice creams and various toppings, along with donuts, waffles and slushes, and of course G&Ts. I found the service to be pleasant and attentive, and there was free Wi-Fi available. My coffee came nice and hot without me even having to ask, which was just as well, seeing as I'd forgotten, and my tostada was served as a lovely slice of thick toasted hand-cut bread, with plenty of juicy tomato in a separate dish, with oil and salt portions on the side, and a nice thick serviette for a change. Good grief, how old-fashioned do I sound? My coffee was delicious, and my breakfast combo came to €2.80 in total. My only criticism of the place, if you could even call it that, is that they could do with a few pictures or photos up around the place, as it feels a bit bare inside, which is maybe something they'll be thinking about in the future, of course, once they're a bit more established. Our 7th stop takes us into the Rincon de Loix area of town and Bar Aquarium on Avenida Ametlla de Mar, which can be found down a wide passageway. Named after the 2 sets of apartment blocks that tower over it, this cafe was previously an English bar called the Geordie Bar Tat for many years, but has now been taken over and completely renovated, transforming it into a modern and fresh bar restaurant. Always renowned for its long sunny terrace, the new business is looking very nice indeed and still taking advantage of this fact, with lots of tables facing the sun and a menu in both Spanish and, badly translated, English. All the toilets can now be found upstairs and there is a small amount of indoor seating too. My nice-sized coffee came with a delicious small chocolate biscuit but was sadly barely lukewarm. On this occasion I didn't complain, but I'm sure many other returning Brits will, as no one appreciates a cold coffee. The tostada, however, was thick, crispy and freshly cut and came with a ceramic dish filled with delicious tomato pulp and separate oil and salt portions. The waitress was efficient, although it did take me some time to get the bill despite asking twice, but hopefully these are just teething troubles. The flavoursome coupling cost €2.90 in total, and I will probably give the place the benefit of the doubt and try it again if in the area, especially if I'd just been shopping in the busy indoor market Merkeloix, which sits directly opposite. Our 8th stop takes us just along the road and around the corner to the Benidorm institution that is Snack Bar Mariano's on Calle Girona in the Rincon. Open 24 hours a day, this extremely busy and popular cafe bar has been trading for 40 years and serves a great choice of well-priced breakfast to suit all nationalities from 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. Known for its spit roast chickens, huge pizzas, fresh baguettes and many other culinary delights, the service is usually super fast and efficient. But on this occasion I got unlucky and had to wait for quite a while, both to be served and then for my breakfast. And in fact, after waiting nearly half an hour for a simple tostada, I did have to ask the waiter about it, who had forgotten and was completely mortified. That having been the case, I did wonder if he was new to the job, bless him, and the worst part was that I couldn't even surf the internet to pass the time either, as there was no Wi-Fi. Not my day, I guess. There is a huge amount of seating indoors, and since the pandemic you can now sit and enjoy your breakfast al fresco too, as there are tables and chairs on the pavement outside as well. Do be aware though that the only toilets are down a flight of stairs, so this venue may not be suitable for the less mobile. Sadly, my white coffee was lukewarm at best, but my friend's black one was just fine, so I imagine that the milk just hadn't been warmed sufficiently. My tostada, when it finally came, was very large and thick and super fresh, with a loaded dish of tomato topping and individual servings of olive oil and salt. The double act of coffee and baguette came to a very well-priced €2.20, and I even got a free lollipop to make up for the time I had to wait for my brekkie. Fabulous! I would totally recommend Mariano's. It's just a shame that I had an unfortunate experience on the day I decided to do a review. But if I don't report everything honestly, warts and all, then what's the point? Our 9th stop is in the new town, and here we find Café Bar Portofino on the corner of Avenida Dr. Orts Yorca and Calle Girona, and just opposite the start of Food Street, where Winner's Bar is situated. Belonging to the 4-star Hotel Alamos and Alamos Suites, which it sits underneath, this pleasant cafe is named after the Italian fishing village and holiday resort of Portofino, which is famous for its picturesque harbour, as you can see by the colourful backwall photo inside the premises. You have the choice of drinking and dining here inside or out on their ample, slightly elevated terrace, which can be accessed by a couple of steps or a small ramp. I was served speedily by the efficient waiter, even though he was very busy, and background music played at an agreeable volume. Along with a good selection of tapas and raciones, there is a plate of the day offered daily for the price of €7, and this can be anything from a tasty pasta dish with sauce to a hearty lentil stew with meat. My coffee was a good size with a very frothy top and was served with an individually wrapped pasta de te, which is a delicious sugary biscuit perfect to eat with a hot drink. My tostada consisted of a nice fat half of baguette already topped, served on a red ceramic plate, and oil and salt was placed on the table so I could add it to my taste. The breakfast pairing came to the sum of €2.70, and I would happily be a customer again at this great little cafe bar. Our final stop is in the Old Town once more, just at the start of Calle Alameda on Plaza de la Cruz, and is called Diva 8. Part of a chain of diva bars and restaurants that run along Gin and Tonic Alley, this small red establishment is right behind the iconic palm trees which you will all recognise. And you can opt to sit outside and enjoy the sunshine, or take a seat in the shade inside, as I did. The interior is stylishly decorated with an industrial feel, with wallpapered walls of faux greenery and exposed brick and other unusual design features. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi is not available. My hot coffee was a good size and came complete with a biscuit on the side, and my tostada was thick and rustic looking. Served with a large glass dish of tomato and individual oil and salt sachets, it was presented on attractive black crockery, and the yummy duo cost €2.50 on the breakfast deal. But beware, if you order another coffee, it will cost you €2 on its own, so not such a bargain, although I would use this small and well-situated place again without issue. I really hope that you've enjoyed this 10-stop tostada tour, number 7 with me, and if you did, I would ask that you please give the video a thumbs up and like it, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. Also, feel free to drop me a line in the comments section if there is something or somewhere you would particularly like me to include in the future, or you have a question, and I'll see what I can do. For those of you who have only just found my channel Benidorm and Beyond, where have you been? I produce positive, original and informative videos on a weekly basis about my beloved Spanish town. And I enjoy not only videoing the bustling resort of Benidorm, but also the beautiful local area, including the nearby villages and towns, which can mostly all be reached by local transport at very reasonable prices and make a great day trip out. And don't forget to check out my very latest series, Benidorm Bites, which brings you news, updates, video requests and funny clips from all over the resort on a regular basis. I'll see you out and about next time, maybe for a coffee and tostada. Cheers!